This morning, show of force. American warplanes rain fire on Fallujah. Stunning pictures. But is this the critical turning point in the siege? Tragedy underground. 3 teenagers die in a cave. A desperate rescue with air running out. How could it happen? And sleeping in the library. The homeless college student who says he didn't just study there, he lived there and made the dean's list.
From ABC News, this is Good Morning America, live from Times Square. Now, Charles Gibson and Diane Sawyer.
Here we are, in here. Good morning, America. Good to see all of you. A lot of news out of Iraq today.
Yes, there is, and welcome to all of you this morning.
There were pictures, dramatic pictures, as we mentioned, coming out of Iraq. Some very fierce fighting in Fallujah. We're going to have a live report on that just a moment.
And also we're going to be taking you inside the wrenching decision we've been following this week. The 2 sisters who will now not be returning to the war zone in Iraq after a 3rd sister was killed. And also this morning we'll tell you about the big case before the Supreme Court about American citizens who are also suspected of terrorism. What should be done with them?
And this morning, we're going to meet a daredevil dad, a quick-thinking father who put the pedal to the metal when a drawbridge opened right in front of the family minivan. And do these satellite pictures show the remains of Noah's Ark? That's a question we're going to explore today, because some explorers think so, and they're headed to the mountain to investigate the ancient mystery. Could it be?
Haven't you thought about it and wondered about it all these years? Anyway, we also have a story this morning about a woman in a nail salon who needed life-saving surgery, and you're going to want to hear what those who came to get their nails done did to help her out, and that's a story coming up later. But first, we head off to Robin Roberts at the news desk. Robin?
Thanks, Diane, and good morning, everyone. Marines in Fallujah are using a new tactic against stubborn resistance fighters. They're calling in the big guns. ABC's David Wright joins us now from Baghdad with the latest. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Robin. A thundering show of force from U.S. Marines in Fallujah last night. Gunships pounding a residential neighborhood late into the night. At sunset, other aircraft had dropped leaflets saying to the insurgents, "Surrender, you are surrounded." Shock and awe in Fallujah, a sign the Marines have reached the limits of their patience. A Predator spy plane locked in on the insurgents. 2 AC-130 gunships came in and engaged. All the while, a voice from a mosque wailed, "Allahu Akbar, God is great." Scenes from the battle played out live on Arabic television, putting the rest of Iraq on notice that the Marines mean business. But the siege of Fallujah is highly controversial in Iraq. Even members of the U.S.-appointed Governing Council have expressed outrage at American firepower being brought to bear here, as well as concern for the civilians caught in the crossfire.
We've been playing patty cake with these insurgents. We have not begun to do offensive operations, and the world will see that when we do.
U.S. commanders insist they are committed to the peace process, but that'll be a much tougher sell today. It's hard to hold out the hand of friendship when last night it showed just how quickly it can become a clenched fist. Robin?
Thank you, David. David Wright reporting from Baghdad this morning. A jury in Texas has awarded $1 billion in connection with the death of a woman who took the diet drug Fen-Phen. Lawyers claim the drug, made by pharmaceutical giant Wyeth in the 1990s, caused a lung disease which killed Cynthia Capel Coffey. Wyeth says it will appeal. Pregnant women who have dental x-rays may raise their risk of having low birth weight babies. Researchers had previously linked medical x-rays with low birth weight, but now say dental x-rays may cause changes in the functioning of the mother's thyroid gland. Here at Good Morning America, we are looking into potential medical problems with x-rays, CAT scans, mammograms, and other types of medical imaging, and you'll see the results of that investigation right here in Good Morning America in the near future. And that is a quick look at the news at 7:04. Back now to Charlie and Diane.
All right, thanks very much, Robin. We're in the big screen, which is right outside our studios, looking down on Tony Perkins.
Oh, look at you. Look at, I bow to you. I bow to you. I'm sorry. All right, good morning, everybody. It is a chilly morning in New York in the 40s and windy, but you want to talk about heat? we got to talk about California. Take a look, record-setting highs in California yesterday. That said 101. Los Angeles officially hit 102 degrees yesterday, shattering the record high for the date of 94 degrees, set back in 1881. People enjoyed the beach or stayed in the shade as much as possible. Now for today, the west will cool down while the east will warm up. This is going to be the trend for the next several days. In the northwest portions of the west, 40s and 50s, 70s and 80s in the east. That's a look at what's happening with the weather around the nation. Now, here's what's happening in your neighborhood.
Good morning, I'm News 10 meteorologist Monica Woods. Windy weather for today, so all the allergy sufferers, it's not going to be the best day to be outside. In fact, trees still in the high category. This will be lowering by Friday as we start to see some of those winds subside. Satellite and radar perspective, we'll still have the clear skies for today, but a retreating low pressure system is going to bring us breezy conditions for the afternoon. Our highs will be moderating somewhat into the 80s. We'll stay in the 80s right on through Friday, but expect 90s just in time for the weekend with sunny skies.
All right, thank you very much. That's your first look at weather. More is coming up. Charlie, back to you.
All right, thanks, Tony. And David Wright's report from Iraq just a few moments ago. You saw the dramatic pictures from Fallujah, the attacks from the air of the AC-130 gunship. But what's really going on there? We are joined this morning from Iraq by General Mark Kemet, who is the chief U.S. spokesman in Iraq. General, we have seen the pictures in recent hours of an AC-130 gunship attacking Fallujah. Is this the beginning of an all-out assault?
Charlie, no, it really isn't. What you saw last night was primarily secondary explosions coming out of the back of two trucks that were carrying weapons and ammunition. While it looked dramatic, we actually shot very few rounds from the AC-130.
So what is the situation generally in Fallujah?